Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Cliff Backus. I am the Chief Market Strategist for Push Button Stock Trading, and this is your daily video market review. But before we start, as a friend of mine frequently asks, if I was stranded on a desert island, what would I need? Well, I'd need three pieces of software: highgrowthinvestors.com, freestockcharts.com, and MarketSmith. MarketSmith is a set of investment research tools for mastering the market, offering a set of extremely robust stock screeners, charts, and pattern recognition. More importantly, we use MarketSmith to generate our stock checklist, which we use to develop our universal watch list. Take a free trial of MarketSmith. Next, we have freestockcharts.com, which is a Warden Brothers product and has all the versatility of their TC2000 program on an a la carte basis. These are the charts we use in our daily video market review. I use the premium version, but they also offer an advertising-driven free version. And lastly, I would need highgrowthstock.com, HGSI. HGSI is a remarkably versatile product that I use for analyzing and screening data. The Spectrum Analyzer is an HGSI product, and you can get a 1-month free trial of highgrowthstock.com, and you don't even need a credit card. And that's our commercial for this week. Stocks held up well Friday after Thursday's dramatic and bullish reversal from earlier in the week. Shares advanced on week volume, closing at their highs for the day and for the week. For the week, the Nasdaq was up 1.2%, while the S&P 500 advanced 0.9%. The IBD 50 and 85.85 continued to trail up 0.9% and 0.2% respectively. The IBD indices, the 50 and 85, are continually updated with the strongest momentum stocks and are a good indication of what the leadership in the market is doing. When the IBD indices underperform, bulls should be a bit more cautious. That noted, the uptrend's shown very little sign of strain since the follow-through on September 25th. The Nasdaq has 3-week distribution days, the S&P 500 too. Market leadership appears to be getting a bit more focused, with apparel, building, savings and loans, and software stocks setting the pace. Advancing issues bettered decliners by about 3-2 Friday. The New York Stock Exchange advanced decline line continues to improve. New highs bettered new lows and have been consistently since the beginning of the month. Large capitalization stocks outperformed small again on Friday and are outperforming on a 10-day moving average basis. Large caps outperforming is also behavior less typical of a bull market. Our swing timing model is indicating an overbought condition in the market, but keep in mind, an overbought market can become severely overbought. Our market timing model on both the Nasdaq and the S&P remain on our most aggressive rating, a margin signal, indicating that aggressive traders can begin to utilize margin to leverage their portfolios, while more conservative traders can begin to redeploy capital on the long side, keeping stops in place. The O'Neill timing model is indicating a confirmed uptrend in the market. All our timing models are bullish, but this market remains volatile and prone to whipsaws. That being the case, we're now 2 weeks into a confirmed uptrend with minimal credible distribution. All traders should be approaching fully invested at this point, but must be careful, as always, keeping their stops in place and being sure to follow their written rule sets. Just a quick note. Emotions are the enemy of good trading. Rules trump emotions, and written rules trump rules. If I didn't have a set of written trading rules, I'd be setting myself up for failure. If you need help with your rule set, please feel free to contact me. My contact information's on the website. Next, I want to take a look at our Spectrum Analyzer. What we're looking at here is HGSI, High Growth Stock Investors, universe of over 8,000 stocks, sorted by a combination of the most powerful stocks and the most powerful industry groups. We've made a group of the top 100 stocks in that sort. The reason we look at that is that by noting where the strength in the market is on a daily basis, we can get an idea of where the power in the market is rotating to. The basic premise of momentum trading, which is what we're doing here, is that we need to identify where the power is in the market and get out in front of it. So let's plug these stocks into our spectrum analyzer and see where the strength in the market is. On Friday, we saw strength in semiconductor stocks. We had 9 semiconductor stocks in the top 100 stocks in our sort. Application software was next with 8 stocks. Real estate investment trusts, 7. Internet media with 7. And finally, property and casualty, insurance, and beverages round out our top 5 with 6 each. As noted earlier, we're seeing a lot of strength in software stocks. We've also been seeing some strength in real estate, investment trusts, and financial stock. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ composite. NASDAQ on Friday was up 16.59 points, or 0.34%. We closed at 48.86. We closed right at the very top of our daily trading range and also at the top of our weekly trading range, which is a bullish sign. Trading volume was a little bit below the prior day. For you followers of William O'Neill, we are on a confirmed uptrend in the market. We have been since September 25th. We have 3 distribution days in the market, but these 2 days came on very weak volume. Right now, the NASDAQ's bracketed by support down here in the 4506 area and resistance up here in the 4900 range. We broke through the 50-day moving average on Thursday on very heavy volume, which is encouraging. We'll see if we can get through this area in the 4900 range. That's the next significant area of resistance. And then we have this very, very minor resistance up here in the 4961 area. Right now, our market timing model is on our most aggressive signal, a margin signal, which indicates that aggressive traders can begin to leverage their portfolio with margin. More conservative traders should be about fully invested at this point. Let's take a look at what the S&P 500's up to. The S&P on Friday was up 9.25 points, or 0.46%. We closed at 2133. Trading volume was just a little bit higher than the prior day, which gives us an accumulation day. Bulls like accumulation days. S&P is also in a confirmed uptrend with only 2 distribution days, and both of those were fairly weak distribution. Right now, the S&P is bracketed by support down here in the 1993 area and resistance up here in the 2044 range. We'll see if we can break through that resistance this week. That would be very bullish. Right now, the S&P is on an aggressive buy signal on our market timing model. Let's take a look at some stocks that we may be interested in watching. But before we do, just a note. All of the individual stocks that we talk about in our video market reviews are from our Universal Watch List, which you can view by going to the push-button stocktrading.com homepage and clicking on Blogs, then Daily Spreadsheet, and then clicking on the link. Depending on the operating system you're running, you may need to click on a dialog box to open the spreadsheet. Once the spreadsheet's open, you simply go down to the Universal Watch List tab, click on the tab, and that will bring up our Universal Watch List. To qualify for our Universal Watch List, a stock has to have satisfied at least 72% of our stringent technical and fundamental criteria, and continue to satisfy at least 62%. Out of our trading universe of over 7,000 stocks, there are generally only about 50 to 90 stocks that meet these strict criteria and make our Universal Watch List. These are the only stocks we review in our daily video market review, and for the most part, they're the only stocks that we use in our trading strategies. Okay, the first stock I want to take a look at is Paycom Software. Paycom provides cloud-based human capital management software that manages employment lifecycle for employers and employees. The stock right now is working on this third stage base. The third stage base is a fairly late stage base, and generally we're not going to be much interested in third stage bases, except that Paycom gets an 84% checklist rating, which is a very high rating. Paycom has a pivot point of 41.58, which it actually broke out of on Friday. We closed just a shade above that pivot point on very good trading volume, and Paycom can be bought by aggressive traders here. Next, let's take a look at Store Capital. Store Capital is a real estate investment trust that owns 947 single-tenant commercial real estate properties in 46 states operated under long-term net leases. Store Capital, for you dividend investors, has a 4.9% dividend yield. I want to take a little bit longer look at Store Capital, so we'll go out to a year chart. And we see that Store has this trend line that we broke out of last week right here on fairly heavy trading volume. It's hard to see here, but it was fairly good volume last week. Store Capital can be bought by yield investors. It can also be bought by people who don't like to buy stocks at new highs. Store Capital has broken out of this downtrend and is actually very interesting down here. Marcus Millichap is a brokerage firm specializing in commercial real estate investment sales, financing, research, and advisory services. It falls nicely into our financials category. The stock right now is setting up a first stage base. It's setting up a nice first stage cup and handle base. We see the cup and the handle right here. Notice how in the handle the volume has been drying up. That's exactly what we want to see in a cup and handle base. Marcus was in a fourth stage base, but notice how we undercut the low of that base, which resets our base count to a first stage base. First stage base is the safest. Ideally, we want to be buying first stage bases. Marcus has a pivot point of $49.79 and can be bought on a break above that level on at least 140% of average daily volume. Next, we have MaxLinear. MaxLinear provides RF, analog, and mixed signal integrated circuits used in communication on video display and broadband networks. We've been following this one for a while, and there's all kinds of stuff going on with MaxLinear. MaxLinear is in a second stage base. We have a checklist rating of 76 on MaxLinear, which is a good solid checklist rating. Max had this trend line. It also put in this nice cup and handle base. Notice how the volume dried up in the handle right here, which is what you want to see out of a cup and handle. We broke out of that cup and handle base in the $12.96 area. We have another consolidation base right here with a pivot point of $13.33. MaxLinear can be bought on a break above that area on at least 140% of average daily volume. Full disclosure, personally I own MaxLinear in my portfolio. Next we have Facebook. Facebook provides a social networking platform enabling members to stay connected with friends and family via Facebook.com. I think we all know what Facebook does. Facebook right now is in this first stage base. We have a pivot point of $99.24. We have this trend line, which it broke above on Friday. And I want to point out how on Friday we traded higher trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions. That's our definition of a pocket pivot. And Facebook can be bought here in anticipation of a breakout in the $99.24 area. Facebook gets a 64% checklist rating. And the last stock I want to take a look at, Vipshop Holdings. It's a Chinese online discount retailer offering branded apparel at discount prices in limited quantities via Vipshops.com. Vipshops has been in this long downtrend. We broke out of that downtrend about 3 weeks ago, down in this area, and put in this little consolidation area with a pivot point in the $19.69 area. VipShops gets a 72% checklist rating and can be bought by aggressive traders and bottom feeders on a move above that $19.96 area on 140% of average daily volume. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. Contact information is on the home page. For daily access to our model portfolios, trade updates, and more up-to-date information on our trading strategies, please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohannes & LaCours, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & LaCours, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push Button Stock Trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push Button Stock Trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push Button Stock Trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push Button Stock Trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push Button Stock Trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.